Good morning. It's the morning here. Spill the tea with she. And I am up early because I don't want anything to ruin my recordings. For those who can relate. Okay, we're going to talk about a very, very special man. And he's an actor. You know, he was an actor, still an actor. His legacy still is going on posthumously. And I am speaking of the phenomenal Mr. Chadwick Aaron Boseman. Next month would be the anniversary of his passing. Monday is August 1st, so Chadwick passed away August 28th, 2020. So this guy was the dude, was the ultimate dude. And I want to do this podcast because it's a happy podcast. Because I am going to brag about this brother. I am going to brag about him. Chadwick was so delightful. I didn't know him personally, but his persona off camera just impressed the heck out of me. His time that he gave to his fans, to his family, and to children, I was very impressed with that. He was a pay it forward guy, which I love people who pay it forward. That's my jam. I do that all the time. And when I found out Chadwick was that type of guy, I was enamored. I just love the dude. And it really broke my heart when he passed away. But for my brothers and sisters, most of them know who Chadwick Boseman is. But this podcast is for my other brothers and sisters from another mother. And I would like to talk about him and to introduce him. So here we go. So Chadwick Aaron Boseman died August 28th, 2020 at the age of 43. He is the actor that played the lead role in Black Panther as T'Challa. I'm a Marvel fan. I know some people are not Marvel fans, and that's okay. So, go see Black Panther, the first one. I recommend it. He's really good in it, and he was at the top of his game before he died of colon cancer at the age of 43. A little bit about Chadwick. Things I didn't know about him. I didn't know that he wrote, well, first of all, I didn't know that as a kid he wanted to be an architect. That's so cute. And I didn't know that in high school he wrote his first play. And that's pretty ambitious to write your first play. And I guess it was brought on by a classmate or something that passed away. I guess he was shot and killed. So that was his motivation behind that. Didn't know he was a basketball player in college. And later, after high school, he attended Howard University in Washington, D.C., graduating in the year of 2000 in a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Directing. Okay? In directing. What else I didn't know about Chadwick? I didn't know he was a martial artist, which would explain his smooth, athletic moves in Black Panther. It just seemed like he was flawless in his fighting. Also, how he became the Chadwick Boseman. I guess Felicia Rashad, the actress Felicia Rashad, who is now a dean at Howard University, she played a role in contacting Denzel Washington, and she helped raise funds. Denzel Washington paid for his acting program at Oxford. It was called Oxford Summer Program of the British American Dream Academy. And this was in England. I mean, wow. He is a playwright, an actor, a martial artist. He did a lot of charitable work with one of my favorite charities, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. It is one of the charities that he worked with. And St. Jude's they help children with cancer. So I'm not promoting a charity on here. It's just one of the charities that is close to my heart too. So real quick, some of the movies, I'm not going to list all the movies that he did, and these movies I recommend, please go watch them. I mean, this guy's acting is phenomenal, and I do recommend that you go see one or two of the movies I mentioned, or just go see all of them, because you won't be bored. It's worth it. It's worth it. So some of the movies that Chadwick Boseman did was 42, which is a biopic of the baseball player Jackie Robinson. Really good movie. Highly recommended. And then there's another movie called Get On Up. Another biopic, James Brown. I saw that one too. I didn't see every movie, but those two I did see, and I wasn't disappointed. Let's see, what else was he in? He did Captain America. He did Captain America Civil War, where he appeared as T'Challa, Black Panther. And then there was the movie Marshall, which is a biopic of Thurgood Marshall. I have not seen that one, and I will as soon as I get the chance to. And, of course, there was the big billion-dollar, mostly black cast directors, the Black Panther. I mean, that sent his career skyrocketing. He was already doing stuff before. He did a lot of TV too. So, and but when he did Black Panther, oh my goodness, that's when he became, a star. He also appeared in Avengers: Infinity War as T'Challa, Black Panther, Avengers: Endgame, so on and so on. What can I say about this guy? The last film that he did was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Very intense acting, very emotional. It was on a very emotional level. Chadwick was looking very thin in that role. I don't know. Like everybody else, nobody knew he was sick, until that very, in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, he was really, really thin. But his acting in that movie just kind of like made you forget about all of that, And, but it wasn't until his last, and I'm thinking you can correct me if I'm wrong, his last Instagram post where he's sitting there, he looked really ill, just by appearances. And I couldn't tell if he was sitting in just a regular chair or a wheelchair, but he looked pretty bad enough for people to put comments in there and say, hey, dude, are you all right? Stuff like that. But for some reason, it didn't hit me then, It hit me when I was sitting there watching CNN one day, and then this breaking news, I think it was at night, maybe 9ish. Then this breaking news comes up saying that Chadwick, the actor of Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, has passed away. And I was like, what? I was gutted. I was shocked. I was messed up because, he was like the dude, And then, everybody wanted to know, okay, what happened? And then the whole thing with the colon cancer diagnosis. That was another blow because nobody knew he was battling colon cancer. Nobody knew he was, I know I didn't. Nobody knew he was stage 3 colon cancer in 2016. which, it went to stage 4 before 2020, but this dude, he was such a wonderful actor. And next month is the anniversary of his death, and I just wanted to, which August 1st is Monday, I just wanted to give him a small tribute and to let everybody know, go see his movies. It's worth it. You won't be disappointed. You may learn something. You may get educated on him and how he felt about things in life, his philosophy, and also just go out there and support the Black community. That would be truly awesome. So, Chadwick Boseman, this is for you. Boseman received a posthumous nomination at the 74th Emmy Awards for his voice work in Marvel Studios' What If. Now, who knew? I didn't know that Chadwick was doing voiceover work, which is pretty awesome. It's an animated series, and I guess it's about exploring the multiverse, and it features Boseman's voice as 4 different versions of King T'Challa. But wow, how cool is that to still get a nomination posthumously? He was getting all kinds of awards and tributes, and he passed away in 2020, and it's 2022 now. He's still blowing up. But he also was a nice guy, a good man, a blessed man. And it didn't stop there. I mean, that's just the latest that he received this nomination for this animation series. But there was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and that was the last movie that he did. He got a posthumous Academy Awards nomination for his performance in that movie. I forgot to mention the nomination, the Emmy nomination for his outstanding character voiceover performance. That's what he was nominated for. So I don't want to neglect mentioning that. Let's stay within the same vein of this particular subject, and we're going to move on to, what they calling the sequel to Black Panther 2, but it is titled Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever. So I'm very excited about this sequel to Black Panther. Yeah, I know you're not a Marvel's fan, but you know what? Just walk with me. Just go with me on this one and go see it. Go support the Black community. Go support people of color. Be blessed. You will be blessed. Go. So the sequel is dealing with the death of King T'Challa and the impact that it has on the nation of Wakanda. I'm thinking the movie is going to be a lot of emphasis on King T'Challa passing away, sort of like art imitating life, where a nation, the Wakanda nation, have lost their king in death. So it'll be about millions of people all over the world mourning his loss, loaded with plenty of action and explosion and sound effects and all the good stuff that I love in all the Marvel movies. Every Marvel movie doesn't necessarily have a good storyline. I'm all about the behind the scenes stuff, the animation, the sound effects, the sound design, all the Foley projects where they add the clicks, the footsteps, the door slams, and all of that. I love that stuff. But hey, I'm a techie. I'm into that. So, but I think it's cool that Chadwick did this animation series. So now I'm gonna have to go back and watch that just to catch up because I've never seen it before. Let's see. But props to Chadwick on doing voiceovers because voiceover work is not easy. I'm learning that myself. We'd like to know who did the graphics and the animation because they look great. And his role in 42, he nailed it as Jackie Robinson. Okay, here's the scene where Chadwick is embracing Nicole Bahari, who starred as Rachel Robinson, Jackie Robinson's wife. in the film 42. He also, the next movie he did was Get On Up with James Brown. And here are a few photos, pics from that movie where he really captures the full essence of James during his performances. I'm not sure if the movie was successful or not, but the storyline of what James went through is interesting enough to watch this movie. And then he did Thurgood Marshall. He did the biopic of Thurgood Marshall. So 42, Jackie Robinson came out in 2013. Get On Up with James Brown came out in 2014. Okay, Captain America Civil War 2016. There was another movie, Thurgood Marshall. That came out in 2017. And that he also co-produced Thurgood Marshall. There was a movie before Thurgood Marshall in 2016 called Message from the King. He was executive producer of Message from the King. And then there was the $1 billion hit Black Panther. So I want to touch on Black Panther for a minute. You need to know how well this film did. Yes, it made over $1 billion and probably still way more than that now. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but Black Panther was pretty successful and it did wonders for the African American community. It was a big deal. It was a huge deal. It had 7 nominations at the 91st Academy Awards and the first nomination for Best Picture. Okay, Best Picture for a superhero film. I guess this was the very first Academy Award win for Marvel Cinematic Universe Film Company. They won Best Costume Design, Best Original Score, and Best Production Design. They got 3 nominations at the 76 Golden Globe Awards and 2 wins at the 25th Screen Actors Guild Awards. Pretty good. 3 wins at the 24th Critics' Choice Awards and so many more after that. It just kept doing quite well. Even on, streaming services, people are still watching the Black Panther, I plan to watch it again on the anniversary of Chadwick Boseman's death because, I don't know, I just want to honor the dude. He was super awesome. But check this out. We're going to talk about the sequel now. Wakanda Forever. I like saying that. So I just want to sum up a little bit, and I provided some photos, some images of what the sequel is going to look like. Let's not forget about Chadwick's charity work. He was a big fan of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And he visited many kids battling cancer because that's what that particular charity focuses on. And he had a big heart, He would go visit these kids and put these big, bright smiles on their faces, And he would also, he did this one cool thing. I don't know, I saw it on the show, one of those, Entertainment Tonight shows or something like that, where he would hide behind a curtain. And, somebody was interviewing, fans during the whole Black Panther screening and when that movie came out. And he hid behind a curtain. And they're asking these fans, what do you think about Black Panther, And what do you think about Chadwick Boseman? And they're just sitting there smiling. Not sitting there, but they're standing there. And they have these big smiles on their faces and they're like jumping up and down. They're happy, And then out of nowhere, Chadwick comes out from the curtain and surprises the fan and they just freak out. He gives them big hugs. He's holding this young lady's hand right here. I mean, he wasn't like one of those, he wasn't a snob. He was like a real person, a real dude, and so kind-hearted to take the time out to go freak out a fan or two. So anyway, one of his co-stars, Angela Bassett, who is a wonderful actress. I should do a podcast on her alone, but that probably would take like 4 hours because she is so great, so excellent at what she does, and she has quite the history of acting. Just her whole reel of all the movies that she has participated in, it's just crazy. So the storyline of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, according to the IMDb.com website, King T'Challa's family fight to protect the kingdom of Wakanda from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with the help of War Dog, Nakia, and Everett Ross, and forge a new path for their nation. So that's the storyline of Wakanda Forever. Sounds like a pretty good one. I mean, no surprises. Everyone knew that they were going to base the sequel off of Chadwick Boseman's character passing away, and I think it's fitting. But some of the actual photos or images from the sequel, like, really awesome. I mean, and then hopefully, I think they're going to win another Academy Award for costume and design and set design. And I think they won an Oscar for the first Black Panther, won an Oscar for the score. The cinematography, if you look at this picture right here, and just look at the images right here, they're phenomenal. And you got Angela Bassett's character looking from afar, and some kind of battle going on there. Some more cinematography stuff going on here. And the acting is going to be phenomenal. And then right here is the tribute to Chadwick Boseman that they imported into the movie. And look at this. Look at the costume design and makeup on this lady right here. And then Angela Bassett doing her thing. And then, of course, all the fight scenes. They're known for their fight scenes, and they promote women warriors in these movies. And, of course, the grieving of T'Challa's sister, Shuri, which I'm not sure, but she was supposed to be the next leader of Wakanda, but I don't know. So we'll see in the sequel. So Wakanda Forever, y'all. Go check it out. I think it will be awesome.